Hi, I'm Pax, and today I wanted to say a few words about how critically important it is to go back and revisit emotions that, particularly from our youngest years, we may have blocked or denied or stuffed or hidden in whatever way felt necessary for our comfort and our safety and our psychological survival, because that is what we do as young people. We want to feel safe. And if our environment doesn't inherently feel safe, we want to adapt so that we can feel safer. We feel like it's our job to keep ourselves safe rather than it being our caregivers' jobs to help us feel safe. And so we really mold ourselves to what we think is being expected of us. And in that process, we tend to sever ourselves from the freedom or the permission to experience a full range of emotions. Maybe it doesn't feel safe or welcome to feel or express emotions like anger or frustration or sadness. Some families really can't deal with sadness. And when things like that come to feel off limits, we change ourselves in unnatural ways because what we're feeling are natural emotions, but we shy away from them or we hide or deny them when it doesn't feel welcome. And so, unless we go back and with our place of hopefully greater skill and better intellectual and emotional understanding, go back and revisit some of those things and recognize we weren't bad or wrong for having occasional feelings of anger. And in fact, we deserved present, attentive caregivers who helped us understand and process and come through to the other side of that anger. But instead, we take on really mistaken beliefs that we are bad or wrong for having certain feelings in the first place. And that is absolutely not true. There is no feeling or emotion that is bad or should be off limits. It's just the process of trying to learn how to feel our emotions, identify our emotions, feel our way through them. And as I said before, come out on the other side of that, hopefully, maybe even with a greater level of understanding or at least experience. But we are not bad, and the emotions themselves are not bad. There's probably very good reason behind them. And it's very confusing as young people if our emotions are denied or contradicted or invalidated. And so we really do need to go back as adults and revisit that and acknowledge the ways in which that might have happened. Even if there was no ill intent behind it, it still needs to be revisited because time does not heal all wounds. I don't know where that notion originates, but it's just not true. The only thing that time does with a wound is it leads it to fester. And a wound isn't healed by time. A wound is healed by, first of all, awareness that the wound exists. And second of all, skillful and compassionate attention and care given to that wound. And that is truly what heals. And so one of the techniques that can help with that is something that I guide in, which is EFT or tapping. And so I will soon be posting another video with a little brief tapping example with the purpose of releasing blocked emotions. And then on Sunday, September the 15th, I will be at Earth, Wind, Fire, and Ice in Chadds Ford, offering a live, in-depth 90-minute tapping discussion and practice. So if you are in the Chadds Ford, PA area, you can come and experience for yourself. So those are just some thoughts on releasing blocked emotions. So maybe reflect on what did feel off limits to you, especially as a young person, in terms of expressing what you were feeling. And how can you revisit that in a more compassionate way, knowing what you know now, which is that you were not bad or wrong for feeling any of the things that you felt, and any incapacity for that to be held or mirrored or understood by your primary caregivers says more about them than it does about you. Your feelings and your emotions are legitimate and valid, and they need to be acknowledged, and acknowledging them is really what helps them pass through and move along their way. So just give some thought to that, and again, think about what was off limits to you and how you can reflect on that as your more skillful self today. I wish you peace.